While some celebrities are made by nepotism, some of them went from rags to riches by grinding hard. And that too has paid off quite literally. Some actors are entirely self-made. They made it to the list of the most successful people by their enthusiasm and goal-oriented nature. While some of them went from zero to hero because they wanted to become big people, others wanted to prove that they can achieve what they wish. The first one on the list is the rap god Marshall Mathers.
Battles every couple months where, anybody who was anybody was trying to make a name for themselves would come out.
Or Eminem. We all love his raps, don't we? His father left him and his mother when he was only 6 months old. They went from one city to another in search of work. Eminem was bullied by the kids around him. A sad harassment story. We all know how it affects our mental peace. It was bearable until one guy started beating him so severely that affected his brain internally. Eventually, he was admitted to the hospital and stayed in a coma for almost a week. It was so severe that he forgot his motor skills when he woke up. All this gave him a different perspective. Moreover, his uncle made him listen to rap, and that's when he decided he wanted to rap. Let's get ready to experience what he did afterward. He started participating in rap battles, until one day an intern sent his rap Slim Shady LP to Dr. Dre, and he released it, which received massive success. It marked the successful journey of the rap god. Later, he acted in the biopic 8 Mile. He also sang the movie's theme song, Lose Yourself, and he won an Academy Award for Love Yourself.
Thank everybody, all the producers who helped me put this record together, and everybody who played a vital part in it,
Not only that, he has also received 15 Grammys up till now. He's one of the best rappers in the world, with a world record of speaking 97 words in 15 seconds. Commendable. He made himself. Moving on, the next man on the list also plays with words, but he molds them in a rather funny way. Jim Carrey.
You live life and things happen and you experience joy and loss and everything else.
He started as mediocre. His family belonged to the middle class until his father lost his job. They were forced to live in a van when they lost their house. Jim even had to leave school and start working to support his family. Since he was dyslexic, he couldn't study. What he knew was that he had this ability to make people laugh, so he went to Toronto to pursue his dream. His first performance was not a success, but Jim tried a few times but lost continuously. But he did not lose hope. He found another way to show his skills. He then went to Los Angeles to pursue his career as an actor. The first few years were a disaster. He would picture himself as an actor that pushed him to keep going. Jim even wrote himself a check for $10 million, which was dated 3 years in advance. He claimed that the check kept him going and encouraged him to do the best of his abilities. It takes a lot of courage. It's not easy for a common man to make a goal of earning millions. He surely was a star. He started his career in a lead role in the movie Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Last bang, pancake time.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm gonna leave one of my cards. I'm ready.
And guess what? It was an absolute hit. This was a turning point in his career. Then offers just kept coming in, and eventually he got the most famous role, The Mask. Exceptional.
It's party time! P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta!
He went from acting in The Mask to Cable Guy and Dumb and Dumber. Many looked down on him, saying he won't survive in Hollywood, but he proved them all wrong. His perfect comic timing made everybody praise him. Now he is one of the finest comedians of all time, with a lot of awards as a comedian and an actor. All we learned from him is to keep going and believe in ourselves. The next inspiring story is of someone whose family didn't have any money. It was a really bad situation. Growing up in Nashville, Sarah Jessica Parker learned to dance and do art. She was a dancer and a performer at a theater school. Only then, she auditioned for the famous Broadway's Annie and stayed in the melodic for 3 years. Later, she made her debut through Rich Kids. It was a good step towards success. This all went on until she turned to play a character in Sex and the City. It was a leap forward in her career.
It's been thrilling. I'm incredibly excited. I'm impressed by the work that's being done.
A career-defining role indeed. She also launched a shoe collection of her own called SJP Shoes in 2014. From dancing to the theater, arts to acting, and then as a designer, she has been a role model throughout her career. While discussing our favorite stars and their struggles, let's not forget the Titanic star, Leonardo DiCaprio. From talent to looks, he's an epitome of a perfect man. He got his basic education completed from a high school where he lived with his mother, and soon after after he finished school, he tried his luck in acting. The beginning of his career was tough, as it always is in the beginning. All the big people start from nothing. At first, he couldn't find an agent for himself and remained jobless for over a year, even after giving hundreds of interviews. He worked in a low-budget horror movie that got him extraordinary appreciation, but it looks like people appreciated a new artist for once, and that was it. His next few films were all fruitless, but he kept working hard. Romeo and Juliet was one of his major achievements as an actor. It procured around $145 million. That brought fame to the young artist. This made him choose his characters wisely and did absolute justice with it. Afterward, he auditioned for a role and got rejected. Yeah, so problems didn't let him live in peace. But then, the director James Cameron pushed him and he made it. It was the role of Jack Dawson in one of the very famous movies, Titanic.
Well, you would have done it already.
You're distracting me. Go away.
I can't.
Then he went on to do many other movies and finally made his name on the list of the most diverse actors of all time. The next on the list is one of the biggest stars of all time. Tom Cruise had a difficult childhood, struggling with poverty. He never felt safe at home because of his father's uncontrolled anger issue. His dad was his first bully and raised his hand often. He changed 14 schools and was bullied in each of them. Another harassment story. He also had dyslexia and that added to his problems. He did several jobs since he was 8 years old to support his mother. He was encouraged by everyone for his acting skills when he played a role in a school play. He dropped out of school when he was 18 and moved to New York to become an actor. He worked in some restaurants, cleaning tables, and serving while auditioning in his spare time. And after playing some small roles, he landed his big break in 1983 in the comedy Risky Business. That is indeed an incredible achievement for an individual with his background.
Can you open the door? Ethan? Where are you? I'm by the plane. Benji.
After the success, he appeared in the action drama film Top Gun.
Everyone! Here we are over stunning South Africa!
This movie became a huge success and made Tom Cruise a superstar. There's a bit more. After many successful roles, he played the role of Ethan Hunt in his most successful work of all time, Mission Impossible.
How's that?
With his belief in himself and his work ethic, he became an international star. All of these actors are self-made stars. They started with no penny in their pocket and became one of the most successful stars of all time.